from last session.
I remember Shima summoning a dark Jesus.
A lacerator, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
Eviscerator.
Indeed, lacerator.
Yes, that thing.
lacerator.
Oh, I might have been
This thing
recording
right
the
here.
correct screen all that time. Whoops. If you guys watch the VOD, I promise I'm paying mainly attention to the campaign. I just have one appointment to do in something else.
Oh, and actually, I was watching a couple of the previous VODs because I was skimming it, and I had it on 1 3/4 speed for the fun of it.
Okay.
Two things of note. First off, we're pretty entertaining.
Are we?
It's surprising, actually. Besides the small gaps of like no talking from some of us sometimes. Aside from that, when we're actually talking to each other, it's actually a little bit entertaining.
Neat.
Kiki's laugh sped up is fucking glorious, and yeah, no, it's actually surprising.
Okay. Neat.
That's cool.
I still sound like a stoner.
Of course.
I sound like a fucking nerd even more in recording than in my head.
Yep, a little bit.
Honestly, I don't want to know what I sound like at 1 3/4 speed. Also, I hope my clicking habits are not too terrible.
I could see your clicking habits. Also, the fact that you jumped the jukebox, I had no idea that you guys could actually see what I write for like the the names of the stuff.
Yeah, we can see the name of whatever you have playing.
That's
Interesting. I had no idea. So it's great, you know, like I click like cursed laugh sound effects. That's absolutely immersion and pure immersion, I'm sure.
Honestly, it adds to it, IMO. I mean, I kind of use that in my own campaign as a tool also, because every now and then I would give an interesting, sometimes thought-provoking name to a song, knowing you guys could see it. When you guys were in the Castle
Not
Intermensch.
once did I ever look at the jukebox.
Okay, when you guys were
Sorry to make it bubble.
It's okay. When you guys were in the Castellanter mention, the song that I played, I gave it the name Blooming Asphodel, with the asphodel being a flower that grows into certain sections of hell. And the Castellanters being worshippers of Asmodeus, there was a connection there.
Indeed.
So yeah,
That's
I
cool.
used little tidbits of info in there for like supplemental. Nothing was necessary to check the music name, but it added a little bit.
So, what do you guys remember?
Her.
Shima.
Yep.
Summoned the Lacerator. You guys remember Ramona?
That's what I remember the most. Her. And I don't know what to think of her.
What do you guys remember of her?
She's well versed in Beth, if I remember.
Correct.
Yep.
And I don't want to fuck her. I don't want to be on her bad side. But
I don't want to
fuck her.
I mean, me neither.
You know, it's borderline necrophilia, right?
Dude, as long as it's slippery, it's fine.
I'm sure you meant to say I don't want to fuck with her.
No, her. I don't want to fuck her.
Oh, okay. Actually, I thought that was you just mispronouncing. I don't want to fuck with her. Just I don't want to fuck her.
I mean, it's probably both, actually. Oh my god. Yeah, she died, gained some knowledge relevant to the aspect of the end, and she even like. When you glimpse of True Sight her, that's the aspect that comes out. And then she got revived somehow, and she got to be attached a little bit to Gom. Rip Gom.
Rip Gom.
R.I.P.
Does it really rip Gom, though?
Well, he's been ripped.
He's still standing, right?
He has been ripped to shreds earlier.
Indeed, it's true.
So, yeah. I consider that more of a zombie using Gom's corpse than Gom, to be honest.
It's like a mummy.
It's an undead creature. It's a bit of an aberration.
Indeed, a bit of an aberration.
This is the kind of thing that you would nope out with a cleric if this was D&D.
And that you would fully yes with the necromancer?
I guess, yeah. Regardless.
So you guys had fun. If you remember, you also went through Gom's
Stuff.
apartment looking for clues.
He was.
You guys
Did.
stumbled upon a couple.
He was boring, also.
He was very boring as a person, yes. He led a very simple life.
And he was hired by. What was the name?
The
Foundation.
The
Yes.
Foundation. Indeed.
Which is that the bureau or is that another entity we need to be aware of?
I think it's a synonym for it.
It might be a code name so that people in the common world don't know about the bureau. It's a front.
Yeah.
Could be a synonym. Could be something entirely different just to really, really screw us over with factions. I don't know.
No, screwing people over with factions is like calling two factions a similar name, so people get confused.
Listen.
A name that sounds the same.
Listen, that's the campaign, not on me.
And hey, I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming Matt Mercer and the team who made it.
No, that's not Matt Mercer and the team who made it. Those are two canonical names from the novels of the Forgotten Realm, way before Matt Mercer did all of that.
Are we talking about wounds and knock?
No, talking about the Xanatar and the Zentarum. I still don't know which one's which. I keep forgetting.
Xanatar and Zentarum? Yeah,
Yes.
I get it. I totally get it.
Sounds so similar. They're both like fantasy name .exe. It's like,
Yep. There was one more clue or something that you guys had found out about Gom.
There was the restaurant.
There was the restaurant. I don't know if that was really anything special or relevant.
He had an informant.
Oh yeah, he had it. Yeah. He
Oh
was alone.
yes.
Right.
You're
It's
right.
hit me back.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys don't know
good.
who the informant was?
Oh, do I have that
Anything
in my notes?
relevant of the informant?
I didn't take any notes, damn it. Oh, what a new
I don't think I
chapter.
have his name written down.
It's a bum, or at least somebody who has the appearance of a bum.
He smells something Pete, Rusty Pete, or something.
Smelly Pete.
I do believe it was something along the lines of Smelly Pete.
I wrote down in my new notes, Smelly Pete.
Stinky Pete?
Pinky Pinky.
Stinky Pinky. All right, cool. So, where we left off, Ramona was talking with Garash, and they seemed to be having a decent conversation. You guys had, I believe, went off to bed, went off to sleep, and Manuelo had given some rather important instructions to the Lacerator about Ramona and what to do.
Yep.
Last that you guys were doing, Kiki.
That's me.
Sorry, I should be using your character names more than anything. Alan,
That's fine.
you had already, you were finishing your. Did you finish, or did you already turn it in?
Oh, I'm just finishing it. I haven't turned it in yet. I did go and get like somewhat of a guarantee. Well, not a guarantee, but an estimate of how much.
Yeah, because I remember you got the
favor
estimate.
it
I didn't
It was
remember
about
whether or
2
not
silver.
Yeah, 2 silver and 1 bronze.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But
then
not enough to be a gold.
And then you were given 1 silver from Eric, which you then used also, and you had gotten.
Yeah, so I owe him a
together.
silver. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I got the word
You got the word. Bird is the word. Or in this case, fish is the word.
Fish is the word. Well, it's. I mean, he knows the word, but I don't, because it's in deep speech, right, or something.
Yep, it's in a different language. Well, most of everything that you guys are using, like a lot of the incantations and stuff, tend to be in syllables in a different language.
The occult language or whatever.
What is? Oh yeah. So
you also remember
the creature
the
that
creature
appeared
is gone. Yes. Do you remember much about the creature?
I remember it was spooky as hell. I think we have a picture of it, don't we? Is it the He Who Stares Back? Yeah,
Exactly. It is He Who Stares Back.
Yeah, what a creep.
And we had left off the session right after your encounter with He Who Stares Back.
Right, and he gave me the answer I was looking for. He was friendlier than he appears.
Gee, I wonder why.
Because I don't know.
We will resume right after that encounter.
Woo!
The being of He Who Stares Back has disappeared. He disappeared when you had turned away. When you turned back, he was gone. The jar is still there.
Oh. Was it Batman?
Sorry?
That's strange. He's basically like Batman. You just turn your head and it's gone.
He's indeed mysterious like that.
Did he introduce himself as the one who stares back? I don't remember that.
You had caught his name. He had said that he was He Who Stares Back.
All right.
A reminder for everybody.
Okay.
I will.
Not that we've seen him actually.
Cool. We were about to go to bed, right? Or
yep, basically.
if I remember correctly, I'm gonna finish the rest of my dissertation, and in the dissertation, I'm gonna add a description of the artifact.
Okay.
That I own. Can describe the artifact, what its purpose is, what it does, the whispers, the He Who Stares Back, what he appears as, everything. The only thing I'm not gonna. Oh yeah. Yes.
You hear a knock at the door.
Okay.
And when you open it, Grash is there.
Bold of you to assume I'd open it, but okay.
Bold of you to assume what?
Bold of you to assume I would open it. I would say, who is it first?
All right. Grash answers. Grash answers. Says it. Grash. Open up.
I'm gonna peek. I'm gonna open the door a crack.
It does look like Grash. He says, listen, I don't know what the fuck just happened. But what did you do?
Oh, just used an artifact. Why?
Because
what did you see?
It was overwhelming light just pouring from the cracks.
Oh, I apologize.
But
I didn't know it would be that obvious to you. I'm sorry. I didn't want to. Were you sleeping?
Well, I was trying to.
Yeah, I figured. I'm so sorry. I should have warned you first.
We see, the thing is, though, is that, I'm blind, right? Ordinary light doesn't bother me.
Oh, yeah. I understood what you mean.
Cool. What the fuck was that?
So it's something that happens when I use this artifact. It was my first time using it. You give it something, and in return it tells you a secret or a favor or something like that.
Well then.
That's no biggie. Like, it's done. It won't cause any harm. It's of no danger to any of us. So You can go back to sleep. It's not gonna happen again. Well, not tonight anyway. I might use it in the future, but.
Well, whatever you did, if you do it again,
yeah, what's up?
Don't true sight it.
Oh, okay, that's good advice. Thank you. I won't. But you did see it, right? Do you know what aspect it was of? Just curious.
Yes, actually. Before he leaves, yes, actually, it came out. There was a lot of the depth. There was a mixture of the depth and a lot of light in the dark.
Makes sense. Light in the dark is informational, and he gave me information, and it's an artifact of the depth. That makes sense. Yeah, that checks out. But thanks for the info. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Take it easy. Crash is a nice man.
He looks out for his own.
Yeah, he's very cool.
So you're going to continue writing in your dissertation?
Yeah, the only thing I'm not going to put is... I'm not going to say, like, that the artifact is... location is unknown, but I'm not going to mention its location. For obvious reasons. You know, I want to keep it.
Sorry,
I want to keep it, and I want to keep using it. So.
Okay, but are you going to mention where you found it, or not?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll mention where you found it. You're just not going to mention where it is now.
Exactly.
That's perfectly fine. I did not expect you to mention that.
Yeah, I'm going to mention it because I figure, you know, the more information, the better for.
Oh, absolutely.
The value of it.
Cool. The rest of you, what are you doing? Sleeping. I know Manuela was reading a book.
Yeah, I was reading my third one because and you said it was a spell, but you didn't have it prepared or ready.
I do have it prepared.
Okay.
So this one's going to be a tad surprising, I guess. This was the one that I was dreading to make. So the book that you're reading is going over, and it's talking about research that someone had done. They had managed to correlate a lot of information related to a couple of very strange, sort of aberrant Bibles that they had found. And they are all talking about a particular moment, in particular the splitting of the sea. And how in this particular edition, the man had figured out that it wasn't Moses, it was the prophet of wounds that is described there. And the person who was doing the research seems to already be aware of who the prophet is. And this whole sequence is also correlated in a ritual that the prophet had done in order to split the sea. One that appears to be called a word of weirding, in which there's
word of weirding.
A word of weirding. I'll just type that out for you.
Like warding, but the word weird.
Okay, yeah.
What does that mean?
A word of weirding with symbols, and the person translates it as being like the fundamental word for open. And he doesn't go into much detail other than this ritual seems to be one that is extremely heavily related to the rite of the open palm. With the description of what you're reading, it seems as if the prophet has used this.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular, the incantation is just a single word.
Okay.
However, it does elaborate that there's apparently more preparation, different materials, or something that is used in order for the effect to happen. It needs to have, from what the researcher is describing, it seems to require a heavy amount of the aspect of wounds.
Okay.
And then he also goes about talking about another event with the Prophet of Wounds. One apparently in front of a mirror. There's not much information about this other than this mirror is apparently a way forward.
Like a portal, I guess?
Sort of. And it starts to get hazy and hard to actually figure out what he's talking about, and some of the words are missing. But he's talking about the mansion in the way between.
Okay.
And that's where it breaks off. From this, you are aware that there is apparently a spell that exists. You're not sure if you can replicate it yet, but you're pretty sure you might be able to get close by doing a rite of the open palm and by having a very heavy amount of wounds as part of the ritual. Oh, right. There's one tiny aspect that I forgot. Sorry, one tiny. Damn it! It's hard to choose your words when you pick stuff like aspect. There's one particular bit of information that I forgot to give.
Mm-hmm.
The researcher had found out a very key, important information about the Prophet. The Prophet of Wounds is not alive.
Okay. So much info. Okay. Good. God damn.
Zombie Jesus.
Zombie Jesus.
Zombie Jesus. Okay. All right. I'll keep all of that. I'll write like some notes down and everything. Same thing for the other books.
You start working on a dissertation as well?
Yeah.
Cool. Eric, what are you doing in the meantime?
Sleeping.
Are you
He's
dreaming?
sleeping.
I mean, it's late night, no?
Sorry?
It's late night, no?
It is indeed late night.
Sleeping. Want to be in tip-top shape for tomorrow.
Perfectly fine.
Are you dream walking?
No, I will not this time. I have some bright stone dust, and I feel confident about what we have.
Excellent. So, if everyone's good, we'll move on to morning. Going once, going twice, and dawn is upon you. Dawn of the third day. I already made that joke. Dawn of the fourth day. It's not actually the fourth day. No, I'm not keeping track of time. Please don't ask me. Excellent. Thank you.
You did not say it would be important for your campaign. I don't care, Dan.
It is not important for the campaign until it becomes important, and then we'll cry.
And then it's going to be your job to keep track of it because you're the game master.
then it'll be my job to keep track of it, and I'll cry. So yeah, excellent. So the next day comes along. Morning comes. Familiar light fills the room of everything. The room of the sewer, I should say.
The room of this hideout.
Some of your buddies are out and about. Everybody wakes up As you guys come out, you notice Grash is seemingly washing himself, and then realizing that this wasn't the clean water,
Oh no.
and then moving
Honest
over to the other
mistake.
side. Diaz appears to be hard at work again.
What is he doing at this point? Oh, he's doing more circles.
He's doing more circles.
I'm
And
gonna go
as he sees
see him.
you... Oh, you're going to go see him?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. He looks up to you and he says, I figured something out. I figured something out. I figured something out. I figured something out.
Look good, but what did you find?
And he pauses for a moment and then realizes, I have no way to test it.
That's what.
All right. Hear me out, okay? You remember the circles we did, right? Now, think about it. These things, they don't quite radiate, right? But they kind of radiate like a field around them that seems to hinder. Like that's the whole thing, right? But like, think about it. What if we put something at the epicenter of it, right? And we tilted it right at the right angle. So doing the same special kind of movement that we do when we do the circles, as we put something right in the center and we pick an ingredient. Like the shit you guys use. I don't remember who it was. One of you told me, can we do it so that it guards against a specific thing?
Yeah, I think Alan asked you that.
I don't
For
remember
the
who.
real.
And that's what I think. I think that if we want to do that, I think we have to put something in the epicenter of the circle. We gotta tilt it a certain way. I think it'll work. I think we'll be able to have it do a field that's stronger against a particular type instead of just general.
Okay.
Of course, I don't know what's going to happen if something that's not it goes up, right? Like if you put it in the epicenter and it's like, let's say you do the deep and something of death shows up, is it going to stop it? Probably not. But you can target things. I'm pretty sure we got to try it.
Okay. I turn around looking at Eric, and obviously Alan's still in his shack, so I'm gonna ask Eric.
I'm in the
Did
love shack.
we left the bodies of the things we killed of the real outside?
I don't recall us disposing of them, just making sure they're well hidden to be out of sight.
Do you think we could use them? Ask that
actually,
for the DS.
Didn't the bodies disintegrate when
They did.
Yeah. Now that I think
Oh.
about it, the bodies disintegrated when we managed to find a way that was effective for dealing with them.
They disintegrated.
Yes.
So what I'll do is I'm gonna go out and I'm going to maintain true sight
Okay.
and trying to see if there's anything related to the real that can be found nearby.
Okay. In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, I would like to start prepping our trip to go see if we could find Smelly Pete.
Okay. And Alan, are you just still sleeping?
Yeah, I've had a long night of writing my dissertation, and I'm a little EP.
No problem. What are you doing as prep, Eric?
Nothing huge, honestly. Just mainly trying to see about Initsunary and seeing. I don't know if there's a way to find where we could get, well, people on the street where we could like find a conglomerate of them.
Okay, so just trying to do some research into maybe where you might be able to start
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, where would be like the most appropriate segment of the neighborhood where we could find people in the streets that we have a chance to stumble upon Smelly Pete.
Okay.
I sure hope that's his actual name and we're not just like retconning stuff.
You guys can call him whatever you like. You have an idea of who it is. You have a description. Whether or not that's his name or not.
Sure.
So we'll start with Manuelo. So Manuelo, you start
Yep.
looking around outside, and you're using True Sight. Are you doing anything particular? Are you being careful when you use your True Sight, or are you just True Sighting everything?
I'm being careful as I know where the wards are, so
Okay.
I'm not trying to be too close to them. And like I'm trying to look at where I know the creatures were or where they came from, to see probably if there's anything I can find of them.
Cool. Normally, in this kind of case, I would ask you to use True Sight as a skill, but considering that you guys are sort of in downtime and you're just going to recover it anyway, I won't have you roll.
Okay.
So you auto succeed. You start looking around with True Sight. You're noticing shadows here and there, things moving around, and even some things that you're not quite sure you've ever seen before. But they're all just kind of tiny-ish, sort of strange creatures and shades darting here and there. And as you scan, you don't find anything of the real. You don't get that black hole sinking, eye-hurting emptiness that you would say, like, of the wards.
Mm-hmm.
The only detection that you do find is whenever you get close to where you know there is a ward, and you're careful not to look at it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll head back and get everyone ready to try and find the Stinky Pete.
Okay. So as you get back, Eric,
Yes.
is there any particular way that you're looking for the information, or?
Basically, I would pull out my cell phone and start doing some research on the internet.
Okay.
See where the corners of the city that we probably shouldn't hang out into. Those would be the ones I would be looking for.
So you do manage to spot a couple areas that are notorious for apparently for having beggars and
Less savory people.
one place in particular does seem to be like a bit of a slum.
Excellent. That is exactly what I want.
He opens the link and he sees pictures of the outside of our base.
That would be a little terrifying, honestly. I have our next destination as I see Manuelo come back in.
All right, is Alan ready?
Alan?
I'm coming.
As I hear that, I'm just busting the door open. Get
Oh,
ready.
what the fuck?
Let's go.
Okay.
Leave your paper there. Come on.
What the fuck do you mean?
Is your paper done?
Stop.
Yeah, it's done. Let me put my pants on.
Okay, if his paper's done, let's just bring it over so we can turn that on.
I turn to
Alright.
DS and I'm like, have you finished taking notes or whatever that was in the thing you've learned?
What? Huh?
Did you take notes and everything about what you learned?
Yeah, of course. Up
Right.
here. And he points to his head.
Okay, can you put it on paper?
Put it on paper.
Yes,
Why?
because this is going to be something useful, not just for you, but for everyone who wants to know.
Hold on. You're not going to give it to the Bureau, are you?
No, I'm
steps
not going to
back.
give it to the Bureau.
Who are you going to give it to? This is hard work I've worked on.
I know. If
We don't want that in the Bureau, that's for sure.
the Bureau comes here, he's going to get all of us. We're not working with them.
Okay.
The Bureau or the Foundation.
Okay. Then why do you need these secrets?
Because there's other occult people who are ready to pay for knowledge like that with favors. And then I pull out my bronze favor, and I'm like, and the information that you're acquiring can give us better favors, silver, probably a gold one, but you need to put a lot of details and information on it.
Oh.
Like this bronze favor was for the Gliss of War that you showed me. I was able to show it to them.
I'll think about it. I'll at least start taking down some notes though. And he actually does pull out papers and he starts putting it down.
All right, thanks. And I'm gonna like pull out a couple, like probably like $20-$40 down, and I'm gonna tell them if you guys need any food, don't shy to go out and grab some. Just be careful.
Make sure you're not followed back.
Alan?
As you start to leave, the lacerator looks at you. And you hear in your head, stay or go.
Stay.
And it seems to peer back at the rest of the group.
You need to keep guard of the place and of them. Right, so...
Do you guys bring anybody with you?
I don't see the point. Maybe Ramona, if she thinks she can help, because she's been with...
I say this not as a hint, I just say this in general as...
You always ask that, so...
I always ask that. At some point, I'm probably going to stop asking.
You know, it's like in the
but
game
keep
when it's
in
asking
mind-
you, are you sure?
Kind of. In this case, it's more just so to remind you guys that you are able to bring people with you. It is an option.
Yeah.
What
I
I'm
know
thinking
it's
is,
not always obvious that it's possible.
how does Ramona feel about coming with us to investigate this? I would just ask her. Well, do you guys think that we should maybe see if she
Well,
wants to
did
join?
did she ever saw him?
We
Did
can
we
ask
ever
her.
ask her?
I don't believe we asked her about that.
Nope, you guys have not asked her anything about...
Then I would
Smelly
go
Pete.
have a quick talk with her. Ramona,
Yes?
so...
Oh, don't worry, Dom. He's not going to hurt me.
No, ideally not. We'd rather not get to that. So, we're going to start investigating deeper into what Gom was doing, specifically like who hired him and whatnot. Do you know who Smelly Pete is?
Smelly Pete. You mean Stinky Pete?
Stinky Pete? That's possible that I misremembered the name.
Yeah, I know Stinky Pete. Also, Gom knows Stinky Pete.
Exactly. I was
Gom.
interested in seeing if we could find him and maybe get some clues about where Gom was getting information. Ideally, without incriminating us, we would just basically tell Stinky Pete that we're after Gom. We're trying to find him.
She looks at Gom and she says, well, what about it? Where is Stinky Pete? And she says, I do know Stinky Pete, I just don't know where he is.
Okay.
And with with a strange kind of rasping noise, Gom speaks and says, downtown, near the slums, the last alley, take a left. Find a door. Ask for Stinky Pete. And then he goes silent.
Downtown, last alley, take a left. Knock at the door and ask for Stinky Pete.
Yep. That's what you heard.
That's information. Thank you very much.
You hear
the-
one last thing as you say that. Gom interrupts you and says, "Bring boo."
Bring boo?
Bring booze, probably.
Booze.
A booze.
Yeah, the z cut at the end.
Oh,
That
I
could
got that.
Bring booze.
I'm gonna go back in the inventory, and I'm gonna take out some of the beer
The warm
that I
beer.
had. It's not warm. It's got a mini fridge in here.
Is
Does
it
it?
connected? Does it have power? Because from what I see here, there's a lot of candles.
There's a lot of candles, but there is at least 1 or 2 power sockets
Yeah,
because you
it's-
guys
it's
were
not
using
much.
a laptop.
Mm-hmm. Where's my? It's here. Here it is. I have.
Laptop runs on battery also.
Yeah, but battery. You need to recharge it. You know. Where is it? Oh, we have a bottle of rum and a bottle of vodka. I'm gonna bring both.
Ooh.
All right.
Don't offer
Just
both
in
of them at the
case.
same time.
No. 2 in case we need extra.
Extra
You know,
convincing.
legal. No, actually, I'm gonna keep the vodka here because it's useful for making drinks.
The
The
rum
rum
also.
also. Yeah, but vodka's more versatile, I feel. I'm gonna bring rum, the bottle of rum, and I'm gonna also bring the deep one beers.
Okay.
Are you gonna
Can
try
of the
to,
depth of beer.
Are you gonna
Yeah, I'm
try
gonna
to
bring
convert him?
no, convert into my brand of beer. I'm gonna bring 4 beers and the bottle of rum.
Damn, a whole party.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. So you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So as you guys leave and you head downtown, you end up coming to the slums. And it seems to be just an area of downtown that is definitely a lot more worse for wear. There's a lot more tents, a lot more cardboard shelters, just like kind of cobbled together, a little more hidden out of sight than the usual walkways. You come down an area where there's quite a couple of alleys. Following the instructions of the late Gom, you head to the last alley. And as you're going through, there's a lot of people who start asking you for change. Hey, spare coin.
I would spare him a loony.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. He walks away. And the next alley. Hello. Spare coin.
I ignore. I just keep walking.
Just keep walking. The rest of you?
I'll also give him a loony.
Cool. Ah, thank you, sir. Very generous.
Don't
I don't
spend it
have
all at
any money.
once. I'm being a little sassy when I say that.
Of course. At the third, once again, spare coin.
No, sorry, I'm out of change at this point.
Oh, shame. Thought you had some. I saw you give it to some of the others.
Yeah, but
No,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
carrying a ton of it.
I
sorry.
understand. My wife is pregnant. It's okay. I'll find elsewhere.
Put yourself more, since there's a lot of people asking for change here, put yourself more at the beginning. You have a better chance of getting some.
Ah, excellent. Thank you. A great tip. Yes, I'm sure.
It's the best tip I can offer you.
And as you continue, you get to the last alley, and then you get to the door. You knock, and a slit opens up. Who is it?
We're looking
Hello?
for Stinky Pete.
Looking for Stinky Pete.
Yes.
Did you bring the goods?
We have some goods you might be interested in.
Excellent.
Sure did.
The door thing clacks, the door opens. And you notice it's an old industrial door, sort of similar to what you guys have. It's not meant to be opened, but they somehow found a way inside and jerked it open. It looks like an area that's been abandoned from an old factory. He opens in, and there's still a little bit of lighting going on. The place smells awful. And in the back, there's a man who's sitting in what looks to be a very crudely done couch. Bits of cardboard and old blankets draping it. There's a slight smell of urine in the air. You get closer. The smell gets worse. He says, "I'm Stinky Pete. What can I do for you?"
What insurance do we have that you're Stinky Pete?
Take a breath.
I mean, I haven't been able to smell a thing since I got downtown, so...
There you go.
Or it could have been any ones of the ones outside. See my point?
Nah. When you come in here, there's a particular bouquet. That's my signature. Now, what do you want?
You know who Gone
Well-
is?
I might know Gom.
PI?
Who's asking? He's a
As-
generous fellow. He's getting
as-
coins here and there.
I think Alan wants to say something.
Yeah, as smoothly as possible, I want to pull out the cold can of beer, and I'm gonna, think fast, like throw it at him, like throw it, and let's talk. And just throw it at him.
He sees you bring it out, and you see as you bring out the beer, his eyes like immediately fixate on it, and you see him lick his lips, and there's a bit of like a swallow, as you can tell he's thirsty, and you toss it at him real quickly, and he catches it, snatches it right out of the air, opens it up. Now we're talking. It downs it all in one go. Whew. That's one way to get the whistle whistling. All right.
Indeed.
You wet the wetter? What you need? You want gum? Is that what the liquidation, the lubrication is for? You need info on gum?
Yes, we're trying to look for him. He's been missing for a bit, and we're wondering if we can just trace him back by knowing what he was working on previously.
Gum was asking around. Yes, Gum's a PI. But I bet you knew that already, didn't you? Gum was asking around about these circles. He showed us a picture. And, well, if you're here, you know what I do. And so I asked around. And found some near an old water place. Water treatment facility. Kind of circles it around, actually. So I told Gom about it. Last I know, he was headed there.
Okay. Can you tell us more about this water treatment facility? Where is
Old
it
abandoned
about?
place.
Old abandoned place?
Yeah, haven't heard much. Used to be vagrants in there, I think.
Okay. How did you get to stumble upon it?
No, it wasn't me. One of the others. See, we break down the area and territory.
So, is this your group's style to keep an eye on different areas?
That's how some of us make a living.
Huh.
I make sure the wedding gets around. Everyone gets a little bit of extra. And we let the information flow. It's interesting what you can learn when people think you're invisible.
Okay. Did he ask for anything else?
Who, Gum?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
What else?
Feeling a.
I'm gonna throw him another can of beer.
He catches it. And you see him put it beside him. He doesn't even open it or drink it. He says, Gon was asking around about another place too. This one was a bit different. He was asking about a place called the Foundation. That one took us a bit, though. We thought it was a location. Then we thought it was a business. And it is sort of like a business, but none of my people know it. Seems it comes from out of town. Not sure where.
That's all you have. It's a business that's not from around here.
Yep.
Well, if Gom's over there right now, that's going to be a while until we can find him.
Mm,
The rest of the
indeed.
world is a bit of a large place to scour.
Yeah, but last I know, I'm pretty sure Gon went to go investigate the water place.
Hopefully.
The water treatment. Because he had asked about that more recently.
Oh, okay. So if I'm catching what you're saying correctly, at first he asked about the Foundation.
Yep.
And then he was trying to find this water place. Okay, I had you order the wrong way.
And the
So he
idea
never-
if he actually found that foundation, if he actually found that thing,
You did tell me some stuff about it, yes, in the end.
If you have any information, we are all ears to find it. To
No.
listen. No.
Well, I'm glad. He doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna pull out a third can of beer. This one I'm gonna crack open. I'm gonna start sipping.
You see him as you pull out the can of beer. He smiles and looks to be about to speak, and then you start sipping. And he looks at you, does a little shrug, and says, "Cheers, mate."
There's more where that came from if you seek.
I always seek. Payments always up front.
I pull out the last can of beer. And I throw it at him.
He catches it. Turns out the Foundation isn't what they call themselves. It's like a front, like for the mafia, but it's not the mafia. Apparently, it's for a group called the Bureau.
Zero.
Do my absolute
Apparently-
best to not roll my eyes.
Apparently, they're into some really weird shit. The kind of shit that they want to like spy on everybody, kind of thing, and control you. Real conspiracy level shit. But what's fucky is that each of my informants that tell me when they find anything related to the Bureau, it's always something fucked up, like covering a murder. But like the murders that they cover up, it's like shit where people's hearts get torn out. Shit where people's limbs are being hung in weird patterns. The real brain fucky stuff.
Like the paranormal shit.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like,
That's
if there was a UFO sighting or something, and they covered it up, it would be them.
yeah, that is pretty fucking
That's-
weird.
Pretty strange. Wow. Sorry, I'm not. So you're telling me that there's a bunch of people that are a little loco that are trying to suppress weird magic shit?
Not some people, like a bunch, like a whole organization, like government level shit, man, and like actually real.
You think these people need to get a life?
You would think so.
Alright, time to investigate the water plant, I guess. That's probably going to yield better result than that. Alright. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Or we
Thanks for the
might
info.
we might come back if there's a need for somebody who's a bit more on the rundown low side for information, if you're obviously willing to speak.
Well, as long as you're willing to pay in the proper currency. And hell. And he looks at you guys and he says, for a favor, I might even find you all a place.
Oh,
I quickly look at Manuelo and Alan from like the corner of my eye.
At that point, I'm gonna get closer to it. And I'm like, a favor? What kind of favor?
You know, the kind where people help each other out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, hey. Sort of a trade. You see him grinning.
I take out the bronze favor and I put it draw. I just like put it on the somewhere like a table or something. I want to see how he reacts by looking at it.
He doesn't seem phased in the slightest.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is he keeping a poker face, or is he actually just oblivious to?
You're not sure.
Damn.
Would you like to try and find out?
Yes, I would actually. Hence why I'm asking.
I would actually true sight right now.
You true sight, and you do not see. Okay, well, a true sight or glimpse.
True sight.
Okay, go ahead and give me a an actual true sight roll.
And
Okay, not bad. Just barely enough to pass for not taking too much damage, so you just take 1 intellect. You glance at him, and there's nothing. However, around him, everything seems to be giving off just all sorts of, like an amalgamation of just the slightest bit of everything. Little bits of light in the dark here, little bits of deep, little bits of feast. You're not sure why. He himself, though, is not really giving much.
but the room itself is.
But
The
the area
room?
around him, yes.
The area around him.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, what about me? I'm trying to read him.
You're trying to read him?
Yes.
How so?
Just I want to see what kind of reaction he has, even if it's tiny, almost. Even if he's like trying to hide any reaction he has to the actual like copper favor. If he knows what this is supposed to mean. Trying to like gauge if he has like a physical reaction, just a tiny eye twitch, smirk, any even subtle indication that I might be able to glimpse out of him.
In that case, give me. Are you going to try to use involving lies or trickery? See if he's trying to hide something.
Yeah.
You got skilled in
Yes.
interactions. You can
Yes.
give me a roll of that. Or you, yeah. So you're trying to do that. Not importance, function, or power would be trying to determine what kind of status he is. But that
No, I'm not
doesn't-
trying to determine his status. I'm trying to
Yeah.
read him, see if there's a reaction to the
Yeah.
copper.
So give me interaction involving lies or trickery. Trying to read him, see if he's lying to you, trying to hide anything, or giving a poker face to try and. He does not appear to be doing a poker face. He seems to, as far as you can tell, he seems to understand what it is that's in front of him.
Okay, so he's just being stoic about it.
He's being stoic about it, yes. He says, "Is this payment? Do you want me to find you a place?"
I pocket back the bronze favor and I'm like, at that point, I'm just gonna tell him, so you know about everything.
Everything, not everything. Some things, absolutely.
Nobody
Things
knows
that-
about everything.
Things that people or usual people are not supposed to know.
Absolutely.
What's the name of the librarian again?
Vital?
Vital's the name?
Vital, yes. Vital.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you know what do you know about Vital? Vital is?
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a long time. He's an old friend. Yeah, I knew him back in the day. We had a spat. Disagreement.
You guys were together.
We were partners. Worked together a lot.
And you guys are now not talking?
We had different ways of different philosophies. I respect him, and I'm sure he respects me.
Do you know anything, how can I say, humiliating about him?
Humiliating about him, of course. But I respect him too much.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, fascinating.
We used to be good pals. We used to be partners. Me and him, we uncovered all sorts of secrets.
So your informants, are they just from this city or everywhere around the country or the world?
Mostly this city, but I do have other informants.
Are you also in the business of purchasing knowledge or?
What kind of knowledge? We talking the good stuff written down?
Written down, of course, yes.
Explained in detail?
I look at Alan. Is it in details?
It's in very details. Mucho details.
Well then. Probably make a
But-
trade then.
Well, here's the thing. I did say I was going to give it to the other guy.
You're gonna give it to Fidel?
Oh, what reason would we have to give it to you instead?
He thinks about it. Well, it's true. I'm not really sure whether or not it's something I'd be wanting to know. I don't even know what it is that you were offering him. What was he
I'll keep it
offering?
vague. I'll keep it vague, but it's a lot of
What was
knowledge
he
about.
offering you as a price?
He approximated about a gold favor.
Okay, so go ahead and give a deception.
Do I have? I don't think I'm trained in that. Nope. 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 I'm actually bad at that. If that counts as pleasant social interaction.
No, the pleasant social interaction is not related to lying or
Okay. All
anything
right.
like that.
I'm gonna give you a 20. Or do I roll like intellect or something?
You can roll intellect, yeah. The hasty set it back up to 8.
Yeah, I did notice. I didn't heal my.
You did take
It's
quite
only
a
a
bit,
10.
didn't you?
It's only 10. It's only a 10.
He looks at you, he smiles, he says, "No, he didn't. It was
You
less
don't
than
even.
that.
You don't even know what it is.
It doesn't matter. You were lying to me. You
Oh,
lying to me,
man.
boy."
All right, all right. I was pulling your leg. I don't know. I'm just checking to see how quick you are. So what he said he would offer me, by the description of what my manuscript is, he said it was going to be worth about 2 silver and 1 bronze. Now, can you offer better?
Better. If it's worth 2 silver and 1 bronze, chances are it's not information that I'm looking to buy.
That's perfectly fine.
Do you have any information that you are requesting or looking for?
Yes.
Yes, give us side quests.
I'm looking.
Fucking guy.
Went from role playing to video game right there.
Side quests.
Give.
Do you know
Give
what a
us-
name is?
A what?
A name.
I hear it's very powerful.
I mean, we all have a name.
No. Not a name in the sense of having a name. A name in the sense of a being. A being of power. A name of an aspect.
The name of an aspect or the name of the creature of the aspect?
Not quite a creature. Thinking like a creature like a voidling or something like that? No, not like that. A name is a creature that's demarked itself completely. One that has earned itself its own name.
Or like Rumpelstiltskin.
Sure. One like that. They're a being that tends to be way more powerful. They're very unique. And if you can summon a name, they tend to be very dangerous and very helpful. Information on names or how to summon them, the type of shit that I buy. And that is worth gold. And he brings out a gold favor. And he looks at it greedily and he like flicks it between his fingers.
Is there a chair nearby?
Yes.
Okay. So I would grab the chair, sit down on it, and look at him straight in the eye, like level to level. So, essentially, you're much more in the know than you're letting seem when it comes to the occult. So level with me a little bit here. How much did you tell about all of that to Gom? Or did you tell him anything at all?
Well, he didn't ask any of that. Don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask, don't tell. I like that.
Information's a prime commodity. Why would I give it out always for free?
The direction that you sent him to, that water plant, are you actually aware of what's in there currently? And I'm looking at him intently with like a piercing gaze.
He looks back at you. He thinks for a bit. That sounds like information that you want. That sounds like marketable information. But on the booze level. He looks at Alan.
That sounds like a yes to me. Sounds like he knows.
Yes, and without even needing to pay you to know that you know about this, here's my next question for you. How much would it cost for you to keep quiet about it? Making sure that nobody else is sent in that direction.
And
He
as he
laughs.
says that, I pull out the bottle of rum.
He grabs the bottle of rum.
I didn't
He-
give it the bottle of rum. I just
He reaches
pulled it
for
out.
it.
You're just
Oh.
Are you gonna compete against him?
No, I pulled out the bottle of rum and I'm looking at him like, how about,
He's reaching out for it. Being like,
how,
Come on.
I hear you can forget things when you drink too much, right?
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Think you could forget about that watering plant? And I hand him the bottle.
Probably. I'll definitely forget that. And he starts to drink a little bit from it. Oh, that's some good shit. I'll definitely forget that there used to be a cult inside. One for the deep. And that they ascended. And he lies on his back.
Okay, so you
Good.
player. So he doesn't know we're there,
He doesn't know we're there.
but he knows there was one there.
Yeah, but he
And
forgets
now,
its any significance.
and now you have a confirmation that they actually ascended.
I mean, I already did know, but
You had a
it's a
suspicion.
double
Oh
confirmation.
man, I dug something good there. Yes,
Yeah, you did.
I love it. All right. So is he like falling asleep?
No, he's not quite falling asleep, but you see him like a little more dizzy.
Okay. All right. So water plant and surrounding, we're on good terms. Nobody else gets sent there.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Excellent. We'll definitely pass by with more payment and more
Oh,
questions.
fuck yeah. Bring more of that good stuff.
Oh, sure. I think we're gonna have a very fruitful relationship if that's how you work.
I'm an easy guy to work with.
I see that.
An easy guy to work with. You see him just slowly starting to doze off a bit.
Wow, that's not getting him out quickly. All right. I look back at my two dorks. I think we got what we were looking for.
Yeah, I'll think we're good. Safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Have a good night, Pete.
That's it.
Yeah, let's go. Oh man, I feel proud of that one.
So you guys head out back into the gloom.
The gloom.
The gloom.
Too much Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, too much.
Into the dreary day. And you
Oh.
notice nothing out of the ordinary.
Which means we're about to get jumped.
Absolutely.
I want to head for the.
What's
the
your
library.
next plan? You gonna head for the library? Are the rest
Yep.
following? Cool. So you guys make your way to the library,
Yeah, I accept.
and walking in, the familiar chime of the bells. You open the door. Vital pipes up and sees. Oh, hey,
Hello.
you got that manuscript you promised?
I sure do.
He pulls out the payment ahead of time. He puts it on the desk, and he reaches out, waiting for you to give him the.
I pull out the thick manuscript and I slam it on the table.
He pulls it out and he starts looking through it and thumbing through it. And you see him separating it. What all did you put in there?
I go back to it.
Not manuscript, sorry, the transcription.
Yeah.
Right now I'm seeing ritual
Not the
plus
3
deep
books,
ones.
Yeah, there's the whole description of the ritual to summon the deep ones.
Okay.
My interactions with the deep ones.
Yep.
A deep one tooth that I stuck in there
Okay.
as extra media. How to do summoning. What else? The ingredients needed, everything. Then description of the citizens of the deep ones, what kind of creatures there are. I also, during that paragraph, came back to my interaction with the deep one that I have summoned, and with my experience with my my old pals at the cult. Third book is the description of the 2 artifacts. So the artifacts, the Rubik's cube thing that I used for the summoning in the first place.
Okay.
Its location where it was found, and the description of the vase the vase and how it works, what it does, my interaction with the creature that got summoned from it. Obviously, I won't include the answer it gave me, but I will include that it can answer questions when given favors and etc.
Cool.
So really,
So
as
as-
much information as I could put.
That is indeed a lot of information. Did you ever figure out what the other artifact did?
I never did.
You just used it for the summoning, right?
Yeah, I just used this for something
Cool.
because I couldn't figure it out, so I was like, yeah, I might as well.
So you wrote where you found it, and as he's slumming through it, you see he seems to be separating into like separate chapters, and he seems to be, yeah, I can work with this absolutely. And he goes, and you see him slap out another bronze on top of that, so 2 silver and 2 bronze.
Ooh.
All right. Thank you. Much obliged.
Give me a second, just let me double check my math. Silver, 1 bronze, 2 bronze, yes. He slaps down another silver.
Really? 3 silver, 3 bronze?
3 silver.
Oh,
He says this one's for the actual circle. This one's for how to do the summoning. This one is for all the information you got on the artifact. He's pointing to the 3 silvers. And he's pointing at the 2 bronzes. He's saying these are for the information that you've collected on the rest.
wow. Thank you
And
very much.
He shoves that forward towards you.
I pick those up and I reach out to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand as well, and he says, "I can definitely work with this, especially
It's a
since
pleasure.
I've been flush out of good material for the deep for quite a while.
It's a pleasure
this is
doing
a-
business with you.
This is a good restock. Thank you." You see him take the material, and he puts it back into an area that looks entirely meant on bookbinding.
Nice. Oh. And I signed. I didn't sign my full name. I just signed AG.
Okay.
Or no, I just signed my nickname, Algie,
No
at the end
problem.
of the manuscript. Hey, if it's gonna be binded as a book and everything, I want to be proud
It
of
is
it.
indeed. It's going to be bound as a book and kept in a deep, dark area in someone's basement where they don't want it to see the light of day.
Fair.
And that is how some people in 100 years are gonna find the artifacts we found.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Where do I put the favors? Do I put them in items? Just in items, I guess.
How did I put my favor?
Yeah, my favorite, I put it in my equipment.
I have a spot in my character sheet where I just
Yeah.
created currency.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember there was a way to do like another slot in the character sheet, but I don't remember how.
Anyway, regardless, I'm gonna turn around right away and I'm gonna give the silver back to. I'm gonna give the silver back to Eric. I just hand him a whole ass gorilla.
A whole ass gorilla.
Yeah, silverback.
Love it.
Oh, it's in equipment. There's a thing called money. I put 1 S there.
Mm,
Oh,
Yeah,
I put
there's,
regular money there. I have $22.
Not important.
Hey,
indeed.
it could.
The amount of money isn't all that important. What is important though is the amount of favors. Oh, is that cereal? That's okay. I for your guys' sake, I've been sick since like Thursday, and I've only just now been starting to handle solid food.
I don't know if I
Damn,
would call cereal solid food, but good to know that
Well-
you're doing better.
Everything is looking good when your diet's been nothing but like bananas, toast, and like soup.
Honestly, soup's great.
Fair.
Soup is good, but
Soup
when
is
you've had the
very
same soup on several days, it's yeah. Anyway, so You made your transaction.
Yes.
Vital looks up and he says, anything else?
I've got a
Do you
question
have
for
it?
you.
Oh,
Not everybody all at once now.
Go ahead, Geeky.
I was just gonna ask if you had received more Books of the Deep, or if my
Oh, no.
doppelganger took
Well, I
everything.
mean, I did receive more Books of the Deep. And he points at the transcriptions that you gave in.
Ha ha, you're very funny.
But I mean, that's it. I'm fresh out. Until I get these bound, those are the only ones I'm going to have for a while.
And again, you still don't have any more information on my doppelganger, where he would have
He
went to.
hasn't shown up since his initial book buying spree.
Oh, you know what we should have asked from the guy that we just visited? If he knows about your doppelganger.
Oh, it's a good idea.
Put that
I
on the
mean,
bucket list for next time we visit.
yeah, depending how late it is, it might not be too late for that.
He's probably asleep after what we gave him.
Oh yeah, good point. That's a
And
good point.
Manuela, I think you also wanted to ask something.
Yeah, well, just wanted to know, like try to inquire him about his beef with Stinky Pete.
Okay. Oh, Stinky Pete? Yeah, I remember Stinky Pete. He didn't always go by that name. He was just regular old Peter to me, but
Peter.
Peter! That's a cute name.
regular old Peter was a good friend of mine. We worked together.
Yeah, that's what he told us.
Before
That
we
you guys were
retired.
partners.
Yep. We were excited learning all this occult stuff. It was a whole new world. Literally, a whole new world. Sure, the same feeling for you guys.
World.
You know, discovering that there's something more out there. We worked together and we were able to uncover a lot of stuff. And well, I like to go and get my information the clean way, right? Either get people to write stuff for me or investigate written accounts, anything that wasn't nabbed by the Bureau. Stinky Pete took the other way of getting information.
What way exactly?
He would converse with the things. But you see, sometimes when you converse with the stuff that you summon, some of them have information for you already. They don't tell you. You can ask them. But it always comes at a price. Stinky Pete. Well, he'd pay the price.
Is that why he's like a rainbow of ambiances?
Oh no, he doesn't have an ambience to his own. Doesn't have an aspect to his own.
Because all around him it was a bunch of different things.
Oh,
That's
even
interesting.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, neither.
I'm not sure why.
Was it? Mm.
Maybe he's got a collection of stuff. I don't know.
Maybe he has stuff in the back store.
Artifacts, probably.
It would be his type to keep something on him.
Fascinating.
I'm not sure he'd part with it though. If he's anything like me, he'll keep something around just to keep him safe. The only other thing I can think of is maybe it's what he uses to call upon his informants.
Yeah, he told us his informants. Are you saying his informants are creatures from different domains?
Some of them are. He met a name. You guys know what names are yet?
Well, that's exactly what he asked us to try and find for him. Names.
He pales a bit and he says, Please don't feed into his desire. Names are dangerous.
Can you give us more information on names? What is it exactly?
Think of them the way you would a demon, right? The classical idea is that you could summon a demon to grant you a wish. A name
Okay.
would be exactly like that demon, but think of it for an aspect. So a being of power of that aspect that you summon, that you request a favor from. Usually in trading favors with it. Sometimes they trade with other stuff. They'll take your sight. They'll take your tongue. They'll take a part of you. They'll take away a memory. There's always a cost. And they'll give you information. They'll give you very good information. But there's always a cost.
I think I mean, you did go through my manuscript.
Indeed, yes.
You saw the addendum about the vase.
Nope, not yet. What did you write about the vase? Did you write just about the vase, or did you also write about what came out of the vase?
Oh, I wrote about what came out of the vase. The whole
Okay, I
interaction.
thought you let that out.
No. The only thing I let out is where the vase is right now.
Okay.
I didn't put where the vase is at that moment.
Did you put the name as well?
The name of the thing?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, you wrote everything?
I wrote everything.
Oh, dude.
Is it worth more now?
You don't
Is
know
it
that.
dangerous that I just fuck up?
Okay, well, let's go back in person. He says, addendum on the vase. What do you mean? And he turns around going towards the manuscripts. And he takes out the one. This one here. What about it?
Did you read the part about me using the vase?
No, I just skimmed it.
You read it. It's
Okay.
short.
He starts reading this.
I just
And
want
his-
to know if that's what you're talking about.
His eyes go wide. And he says, absolutely yes. So you met one.
I did. Scary looking, but friendlier than I expected.
Of course they're friendly. They're friendly to your face. What did it cost you? What did you lose? He turns and looks at you. Is that why there's a double of you?
No. That was after. The double of me came from an accident before.
Okay.
Fuck, let me find what it did exactly. I have...
It costed you
what
an
I
artifact
gave.
and a silver favor.
And a secret, no?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still remember that secret?
Do I still remember that secret?
You do.
And I mentioned it. I mean, I did. Then I would have mentioned in my manuscript that I gave it a secret, a silver favor, and
It was
and
just a secret and a silver favor.
yeah. The artifact I used for
The summoning.
the summoning of the deep one.
Okay.
I didn't sacrifice an artifact for this one. I still have the artifact. You know, I still have the vase. So it was a secret and a silver favor.
Okay.
And obviously in the manuscript, I'm not going to write what the secret was because it is a secret. But yeah, I described the entire interaction with the creature. And
Okay. And he says, and he's looking at this, and he says, "Give me one of those silver favors back."
I'm sorry, why?
Give me one of those silver favors back.
Not until you tell me why.
Just
You'll
do
see
what-
in 2 seconds, and
just-
he's reaching into his pocket,
Just do what he says.
and he pulls out a gold favor.
Jesus.
Oh, damn! Alright, I give him the silver favor.
And he gives you the gold favor, and you see him immediately take the manuscript, and you see him open a lockbox
Oh,
and he like throws it in there, and he locks it. You're not sure. Like you see him like when he had done so, he had a key in his hand for like a slight moment. You're not sure where he took it out, and when he was done, the key's gone. And he turns and he looks at you and he says, "Did it tell you its name? It did, didn't it? Of course it did. I read the thing. Do not repeat its name too often. And do not tell others about its name."
So the name has power.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me, like, I understand what you're saying. Does the name have power over it? I'm guessing not, because otherwise it would not have told me its name.
The name can give it power.
Oh. Okay.
I think some of these are rumored to be aware of when you speak its name.
See. Is there any other risk involved that I should know about what I did with that creature?
Well, you seem to have come out rather
Unscathed?
unscathed from it. It depends. A lot of it tends to be just a simple trade. Sometimes the trade is disguised, and if you're not careful and not sure of what it is you're giving and what it's giving, then you can come away with less of you.
So it's like a genie. Like if you wish for $1 million, they may give you $1 million, but then the police is gonna come at your door and be like, "Hey, you stole $1 million and go to jail for life." That kind of thing.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And chances are you did, and I read that correctly, you gave it a secret.
I did give it a secret.
Well, they can now use the secret against you,
Yeah, I'm kind of ready for that,
if it so chooses.
if it so chooses. I mean, I figure it's a secret that might get me in trouble. I when I told him the secret, I knew it was not necessarily gonna stay with him. I had a feeling, so I'm prepared for that.
Just be careful when you summon these things.
You know, with that into consideration, I'll definitely only use it as a last resort. Thank you for the advice. Also, so long as there's no water inside, it should be fine, right? It shouldn't be active at all.
Well, from what you're saying about it, I think it only happens when you happen to give it a favor.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the advice and thank you for the gold. Oh my god! What can I buy for gold? That's insane.
It is indeed insane. You should probably try to find someone who deals in artifacts or something.
Oh, get myself a trident. That would be so cool. A
And if you're
magic
asking
trident.
what you can buy with gold, gold will definitely get you depending on who you ask for. The gold is what you would trade to get information about names or other stuff. Very important on a need-to-know kind of basis.
Right. I'll keep that in my back pocket. Thank you so much. This was great. Well, since you don't have anything else on the deep, what else do you have? You have stuff from all the aspects?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of everything.
Anything related to silent ones, maybe? The Silent Father?
A silent father.
Or the Honk Mother? Either
The
one. What
honk
could be
father,
interesting?
absolutely, yes.
But you don't have much on the Silent Father?
I mean, not many know of the silent father. I'm surprised
if
you do.
Yeah, well, if you do, I'd love to poke into that.
I do have a couple.
Sounds interesting. What you got?
I've got 2 books on the silent father,
Okay.
and I've got 4 from the honk mother.
Let's go with the Silent Father for now. You know, I like to keep busy when in the downtime.
Okay.
Fascinating.
How much for those 2 books?
He goes and he pulls out a book, and he pulls out a tape.
And what
And the
then?
tape looks like an old cinema reel.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That's not a book.
amazing.
It's a book and a reel?
There's one book, and the other one's a cinema reel.
That's funny.
I love it, Chris.
And he says, "You ever heard of Charlie Chaplin?"
Yes. I don't suppose you have anything to play that on to go with it, right?
He looks at you and he smiles. "You think a dealer of information wouldn't come in prepared?" And he pulls out a thing. It'll cost you extra, though.
Oh, well, I figure. How much for the lot, old chap?
How much for the lot? $240.
Yeah.
240 includes the cinema projector, right?
Correct.
In terms of money to favor, how much is a bronze favor worth in money?
They don't normally trade.
They don't trade, do they? Okay.
They don't normally trade.
They
but-
don't normally trade.
I'll take a bronze favor for you.
Now be honest. Is a bronze favor worth more than what you're giving me?
A bronze favor can usually go for about 1,000.
Can I give you a bronze favor and open up a tab with that favor? Would that work?
No.
I turn to Eric. I'll trade you a bronze favor for $1,000.
Do you look like I'm a maid of money?
I don't know, man. Are you?
No.
You turn to Manuelo. To you.
Listen, I can cover for the book, the cinema reel, and the projector, but I don't have $1,000 on me.
Oh, you can just buy it for me?
I mean, I can easily get $200-something. It's not the
Oh.
same order of magnitude as 1,000.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll owe you for that and the books previously. Let's just say, see, look, I can do math. I'm a smart cookie. When we get eventually to that you'll have paid about 1,000 for me in total, I'll give you a bronze favor. How does that sound?
We can discuss those terms when we get there.
Sounds good. This
So,
man will pay for me. Thank you.
while we're on the subject of shopping, I am done with those books that I got last time. I just have not had the time to write a dissertation yet.
That's fine. Are you looking for more?
I would be interested in more, yes.
You cleaned me out of the light and the dark, though.
Okay. What do you recommend then?
Not about anything else. So far, I've been cleaned out of the light and the dark,
You've been cleaned out of the deep.
of the wounds,
You've just
and
been
the deep.
cleaned out of the sand fodder, apparently.
Indeed, I have 4 of the Honk Mother. I've got 5 of Death. I have another 5 of the Feast. I've got 4 on the All Mother. 4 of Change. And that's it.
How much for the 4 of change?
It's about 60 a pop. Oh, 240. Look at that.
Oh, that's starting to get expensive when you start adding all of that up. Are you okay with helping me out a bit here, Manuelo?
Sure, I can pitch in.
Alright. Let's consider it communal pot resources, and me and Manuel will pull enough to be able to pay for that.
Vital starts to laugh up until he wants to try and buy something and realize it's another 240.
At that point, Manuel will just tell himself in his head, I'm gonna have to go get myself another contract.
I think I've said it before, but these books, for the value that they have, they're not that much more expensive than regular books.
I don't know, man. Regular books are like
Expensive.
$20.
Depends on the book. If you want
The
to go
big
talk about like
ones?
school books, university
Yeah, I
Un-
books,
suppose you're right. Yeah.
ugh.
Unless prices went down, like full novels, I used to pay $40 for.
Damn.
I've seen, full novels. I've seen them go for anywhere between $15 and $40-$50. Depends really on
Yeah.
the novel and the publishing
Yeah, the
house.
popularity and the size of it, I think. Like if you buy like a pocket edition, I think it's cheaper.
Honestly, the bulk of the cost of a book is shipping, transport, and
Mhm.
les droits d'auteur. It's
Yeah.
not actual paper. Paper is not expensive.
This bit
It's
was brought to you
services.
by BookDepository.com. Free shipping worldwide. And that's not a joke. That's where I buy my books when I need to buy books.
Oh,
Great
okay.
prices. They pull from several websites, and the shipping is free worldwide.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
So you get several choices of like prices.
Books are expensive to ship, sadly.
Yep, sure are.
So, what's your next move? You guys purchased the books?
Yes.
Cool.
Alright, so I'm
Did
going
you add them to your...
to, Books of Lore, I'm adding a new section.
Oh yeah, how do you add a new section?
I have a black nut someone else.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like on
Yeah,
the
I have
edition.
multiple block nuts. I have one just called My Notes, which has general stuff. I have one called Meredith's Journal, which has not been updated in a while, but it was back when we were in like Meredith's place. I have one called Books of Lore, which is mainly about the books we buy. And I have one last one called Aspects, which has general information about aspects. 4 books of change.
Okie doke.
Okay, so I have that written down. I have 4 books of change. Although I do need to write my dissertation. Okay. Back to base? Question mark.
Back to base indeed.
Does Manuel want to buy books? I guess not. Alright, let's go back to base.
Is he still here?
Back to base.
Okay, good.
Back to base it is.
Cut to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Cool. So you guys managed to get back unscathed. Nothing eventful has happened since. You get back and you come back to the site of basically everybody in their usual spots. Each of them conversing. Conversation going between Ramona and Gom. Off in the corner. Diaz is hard at work. And Grash appears to be sleeping.
If he's sleeping, he might be dreaming.
I'm gonna go see my good friend Last Reader, and I'm gonna ask him how it went. Like, I want to have a report of what happened.
And the last writer seems to explain to you that it's been rather uneventful. They've conversed. They've all done what appears to be a game of poker. And that's about it.
And about Ramona and Gom corpse, they stayed in the corner.
No, they joined in on the card game.
Okay.
Nothing weird or suspicious happened.
Yes. It was suspicious on how a corpse could maintain such a straight face.
You would think that a corpse, something that has difficulty moving, would not be that expressive.
You would think indeed. But these are not things that are known terribly well by an otherworldly being that also sees otherworldly beings.
Did anyone cheat?
No,
Not that you caught of.
I would have known.
How would you have known?
I would have known.
I
You
asked
see
the
a slight emphasis of like certainty.
I'm gonna ask the creature about a little bit about if he knows anything about the Prophet of Wounds.
It looks at you. It says, "You wish to know of our Lord."
I do a sign of my head as positive.
What do you wish to know?
Everything.
That's not vague at all, right?
To
You may
know of our Lord, you must give.
I must give.
Yes.
I take out my ceremonial dagger and a dose of void blood, and I look at him as like, which one? As do I give him the dose of void blood, or do I cut myself?
It shakes its head, and it holds out its hand towards your hand. To understand the Prophet of Wounds, you must have wounds. And it seems intent on grabbing your arm.
I take my arm. I give him my arm.
Do you accept?
Yes.
With a quick motion, it plunges its giant blade through your arm.
Ooh.
Go ahead and take 6 damage to strength.
He took my arm. I don't know how it happened.
You
And-
hear me scream, but you see that like I'm holding it back afterward. But indeed, it does fucking hurt.
Everyone kind of pauses for a bit, including Garash being like, "What the fuck?"
With my
The
other
eyes.
hand, I'm just showing him like stop.
You motion to everyone to stop,
Yeah,
and the lacerator says, "Are you ready?"
go ahead.
And it pulls out, equally as painful on the way in. And there's a gap in between your arm. And when you look through it, you don't see through all the way. In fact, you see what appears to be this like purple blood, sort of with a slight starry speckle. And as it tears the sword out, specks of those blood lay floating in the air around. And in your mind is a bunch of images. Some are images of the Prophet of Blood. And you hear in your mind and in yours only. Give me a moment.
Not curse laugh again.
Nope.
Holy laugh.
Sound of a preacher coming.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
You hear the lacerator start to explain. The image that you see that comes straight to your mind is this one.
Oh god damn!
What the hell is that?
And it says, "This is the Prophet of Wounds."
A handsome boy.
He opens the way. He saved our people once. And now he leads us to glory. The Prophet of Wounds is the one who is the caretaker, the leader, the warlord. He conquers equally as he goes and studies. He leads onto different areas, different realms of the other aspects, always seeking a way in. What is it you want to know specifically?
Since he invades other realms and worlds, has he ever learned about the real?
The lacerator looks at you for a moment and questions. The real? Never heard.
There is a creature that was brought forth or summoned because of a wrongly made glyph of ward, and it summoned different creatures, and the way we understood it came from a new aspect, or a really not known aspect called the real, and we were able to correct the wrong, but one of those creatures is still here and is passing itself as my my partner here, and I point towards Alan, and he's still roaming the world here, and I'm starting to be intrigued and curious about this new or not so known aspect of the real.
Interesting.
I was in
Prophet
the hopes
probably
that you
knows.
would know.
I do not, but the Prophet probably knows, for the Prophet knows the way in. Everywhere. If you wish to summon the Prophet, if you wish to speak with the Prophet, you speak its name and you do a ritual. And you must be sure to have as much aspect of the wounds as possible. Do understand, though, that when you incant, that this is not a summoning, it is an invitation.
So he may accept or refuse.
Correct.
Can you show me the ritual that needs to be done, and I'll do it eventually when
The
I'll
same
have...
you have done to bring me.
All right.
Any other questions?
Do you know any ways to acquire as much of the wounds in my world here, other than... And I show my arm.
Says, yes. There are other ways. Seek out stronger ingredients, stronger than the blood. Become one with the wounds, but you already have. It has also been consecrated by this gift that you have given. Then you must create an ambience of wounds. There are ways that are stronger than just a simple slice in the hand. And lastly, if I had not already said it, better ingredients that can be found only in the realm of the wounds.
All right. Okay. Is that related to the mansion or the way between?
It is related to the realm of the wounds.
Okay. Okay, so once this is done, I'm just gonna try to bandage my wound.
Yeah, I think you need more attention than just bandages.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So you'll notice I've added something on your character sheet
Oh.
in the ciphers area.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I'll add something that'll help you help remind you actually that this also is both something bad but also something good.
Mm-hmm. But I think I understand what it means. Oh man, that prophet of wounds, man. God damn, golly.
That is quite the vision for real.
I've been working hard to make sure that only top quality stuff gets through and maintains a certain aesthetic for each of the
Yeah, I can see that.
The thing that I like is like you said, from the books I have, it's like the Bible, but like with variations. And I
Yeah.
just love that you've put the blue and red and white color on them, like fucking Jesus. I'm just like,
That's the funny part is that I didn't add these colors or anything like that. It just came out like that. I'm like, fucking right, man. This is purely generated. I did not modify this in any which way.
Nice.
And it came out like that. I'm like, fuck yes, that's beautiful. Perfect.
Damn.
You stroke out with luck here.
I put it on my side when I generate the amount of images that I do. The lacerator looks at you and says, I can demonstrate a way to have a stronger ambience if you wish.
Sure.
Just know that it'll be the last thing I do.
Of course. It is really helpful, all the information you're giving me right now.
I'm not sure you understand by my meaning of the last thing I do as it steps away. And it faces you.
Oh.
It looks at you and it says, do you dismiss me?
Everything's going a little bit too fast for me right now. One sec.
You can tell it no.
No, not now.
You're allowed to say no. And
Yeah.
it looks at you and it says, as you wish.
Saying no is just delaying your time to say yes whenever that comes, if you go
Yeah,
that
yeah.
route. You lose nothing for now.
Because what I'm saying, everything's going too fast right now, is the fact that I'm like, oh, I want to go further. I want to know everything. I want to go forward, but I'm fucking low, and I know it might cost me more, and I need more stuff. So I'm like, yeah, no, not right now.
You need to take a long nap beforehand.
So I'm still wondering, like, DS or gosh, which one I'm gonna sacrifice. I'm kidding.
I mean, we've all thought of it. All
right. that'll be all. And
It nods.
I'm gonna like take my belt, put it around my arm, faire un garrot,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go towards my car where I know there's a fucking first aid kit.
Okay. No problem.
And I'm gonna say, Eric, I think I'm gonna need your help.
Sure, yes. And I'm following suit. I'm making sure that I can help him get up the ladder without using both of his hands, because one of them clearly looks very indisposed right now. Well, the entire arm, actually.
It's right down, sort of close, slightly closer to the wrist than the rest. But yeah, there's an opening just all the way through.
Yeah, there's an opening that should just not be there.
But like I had said earlier, the opening, you can't see through it. Instead, what you see is the same sort of purple, a dark purple, reddish, starry kind of sky.
Is it like am I bleeding to death, or like is it just the blue, the purple thing, and that's it?
It's just the purple thing, and that's it. You're not
Okay.
actually bleeding.
So I'm not bleeding. I'm just at the moment.
Like in the moment of what happened, you bled a
Yeah.
lot, and when it tore out, you seem to have bled more like blood, but instead of blood, it was void blood that just speckled all
Okay.
over the place. But aside
Okay.
from that, at the moment, you're not actually bleeding.
Okay, so what I'll do is actually like go to my first aid kit.
Mhm.
I won't stitch or anything. I'm just gonna like wrap it around to put a full bandage on it, so like nobody can actually see other than just like, oh, he's hurt his arm, but doesn't see anything inside.
Yeah, we can't see what the exact nature of the wound is.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would also help him very much make sure that it's like disinfected correctly, first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then just properly tied up.
Cool.
By the way, make sure to wash upstream, huh?
They don't mess around with that particular aspect.
Each of them have different ways. That's for sure. So, what are each of you doing?
Truth be told, I'm not sure.
This is after you guys have
Yeah.
not stitched up, but like bandaged up and everything.
Yeah,
Does it
I would
look
just.
like he'll need stitches, actually?
I mean, it looks like there's an entire fucking opening about an inch at least, just gaping.
Well, but does it look like it will close on its own, either magically or organically?
It does not look like it's about to close anytime soon.
Should we get him stitched up?
But
Do you attempt to?
I'm going to deny it. I'm gonna say no. I don't want to get stitched up. We're not gonna go to the hospital or anything. Keep it like
so this is
keep
norm.
it keep it as it is.
Okay.
It is.
But
It is.
it's-
Understand that it's a magical wound. It did hurt the beginning. I did bleed out, but I'm gonna be fine.
Okay, is it a boon or is it a bane?
What?
A boon
Is
or a
it
bane?
A boon or a bane?
It's
Is it
both.
good or bad? It's both. Oh, what's the good part in this?
Promise me one thing. If it looks like it gets infected, you'll have it checked immediately and get assistance.
Of course.
We don't want you to lose your arm.
If it gets infected, it's not maggots that are going to be there.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
I'm
It's
just
like-
saying that. I'm just saying that.
So once I'm bandaged up and back in, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna go and read the last book.
Well, should we
And-
start prepping
and-
for a trip down to Texas?
Yeah, we're supposed to go to Texas, aren't we?
Well,
Oh.
we're supposed to start planning that, because that's not exactly next door.
Yeah, true.
We do have something that we could stumble upon in Texas.
I've got a question for the DM.
Yep.
So, I know we can create some portals depending on different kind of spells, right? From what I
Sorry,
see,
say that again.
there's the impossible angle that creates portal,
Yep, right. That allows you to create a. What the
and
fuck is that? Oh, I know what that is.
and
Sorry.
there's also the right of the open palm that
Yep.
also creates portal. I have a question. Is it possible to create a portal in the same dimension to just move one place to the other? Let's say like from our world, from Quebec to Texas in a blink of an eye.
Probably.
Okay. I'm gonna go see Diaz and ask him what else did he learn about the impossible angle and did he find out how it works?
The right of the impossible angle.
Yeah.
Had you asked him to check into that?
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Oops.
Oops, indeed. Okay, cool. Well then, Diaz goes and looks at you. Hey, I found out about that quite a while back. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, you've asked me that a while back. I'm surprised you never checked in on me.
I want to know, did you ever try it to see if it worked to just move from, like, let's say here to, I don't know, Texas?
I mean, it's real tricky to open one place to another, but yeah, it should be doable. I mean, it depends on where and when, and well, when is more like in the case of like how much time between the travel and all that jazz. Sorry, I'm hearing some horrendous noises in the background, and it's extremely distracting.
I'm sorry, I was yawning.
No, he's talking about
No,
his
I'm
girlfriend.
talking about my girlfriend playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay,
Oh,
I thought she
I'm
was doing
jealous.
something else to try to attract your attention.
Yeah. He says, "Yeah, it should be definitely doable, but like it takes a bit of math, but yeah, where do you want to go?"
We're looking to try and get to Texas and
Sure.
eventually back.
But like, where?
I look at Alan and Eric. Where exactly in Texas?
You know,
You give him the location.
Yeah, you gave us because we insisted, you gave us a small rundown town. I don't remember
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. So you guys give him the location.
Yep.
He says, okay, and he's looking on a map and everything, and he's like, I could probably work that out. Give me about a day.
Sure, of
Just make
course.
sure double check, and then I'm not sending you guys out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
You send us
And,
to Texas, but in the world of the aspect of desire. That'd be a tragedy.
No, yes,
Oh, boy.
absolutely. That would really fucking suck. So let me just make sure I got my math down.
Of course, and don't be afraid to use the laptop.
Oh yes, thank you. That's gonna help a huge amount. And he goes and he takes it and he gets immediately down to work. I should have this ready for about tomorrow.
And
Tomorrow morning, afternoon.
Morning should be fine.
I'm gonna go read my last book.
Okay. Didn't I not already give you? You had 4 books, no?
I have 4 books, and the third one was the one about the spells, and then
You've got
only had
one
one
for the
left.
right, one for the being. You learned about the prophet. One was the spell.
Okay, so it's all 4.
And wasn't one of them an artifact? Did I give you an artifact yet?
An artifact of the wounds?
Related to the artifact of wounds, yes? Did I give that or no?
No.
Okay, well that's the
We
last
don't
one
have
then.
that. Okay.
So this one appears to be relating. It's a journal entry about someone, and it's relating to something that they found. You highly suspect is an artifact.
Okay. And wait, Tata. The artifact you're talking about, is that about the what was it called again? It was something to tear, true? No? L'artefact fallait qu'on déchire?
I think it
That-
was that.
That's something that we learned.
Me semble c'était un des premiers, non? Oh wait, no, that was from what's her face?
The mirror lady place.
Yeah.
That was from
The
Meredith.
Ben. Was it? Wasn't it from the place with the mirror lady? I'm pretty sure that's
Yep.
where we learned about
Yeah.
the spell to tear things in half.
Give me a
Or
second.
am I wrong?
Yeah, the litany of tearing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Is that about that artifact, or is it a new one?
No, it should be a different one.
Okay.
Nope, I didn't have it prepped, so.
Okay.
So spoiler alert, I don't have it prepped yet, but I'll have that
No
prepped
worries.
next time.
Yep.
Cool. So you're pretty sure it's related to. How did I not have that ready? I place it in the wrong spot. Oh wow, no, I just straight up never added these. Cool. Yep, I'll have that easily prepped for next time.
Cool. No worries.
All right, and the rest of you?
I would start writing my own dissertation about all the stuff that we have. Well, I have studied at this point.
Cool. So I suggest you do the same thing as Kiki.
Okay.
And what he did is that in his character sheet, he had created a transcription or dissertation or whatever you want to call it. And in parentheses, you're going to add everything that you're going to be adding towards it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where would I write
You're
that
going to
down?
want to remove that, Kiki. Yeah, I just noticed it was there.
Yeah, I forgot.
You just put that in equipment. And honestly, though, if it was me, I would keep it as separate transcriptions just to be to make it easier instead of just having one really long line of text.
Ah, okay.
Up to you
they're
guys.
pretty
It
unwilling
it
to
was
put that
mostly
in
just
the
a
equipment.
reminder for me. It was just a reminder of what I had written already.
Yeah, it mostly serves as that. Otherwise, what you can do is you can put the transcription and you can put it in your notes, which you've written. I have entire faith that you guys aren't going to cheat me with what you've already put in or anything like that.
Game like this is not fun if you cheat. What the fuck?
Precisely.
This is the third time my lights are flashing. I think I'm.
I hope you're not going to lose power.
Yeah.
Is
Fingers crossed.
Is someone doing a ritual to light in the dark?
Oh, maybe.
Ooh.
How funky. Also, can I just say, I think it's bullshit that. It's bullshit that Gliok guts are so rare.
Are you actually
God.
playing Tears of the Kingdom?
Probably.
I'm just farming Glioks.
Bro, I
And
haven't
yes,
even killed my
even-
first
even-
one.
Even end game, they're still hard to fight. I fought a lightning one, a fire one, an ice one. None of them gave me guts, and then I fought two king ones, and they both gave me guts.
So the name of the other one is King. Okay. I heard
Yeah,
there
the
was a
triple one.
mutant style Gliok that uses all the elements from some friends, but I didn't know it was called a King Gliok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I flew next to it in the sky because there's one in the sky.
Yeah, that's the one I fought earlier.
Oh, are those the three-headed shits?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one in the depth also. He's got his whole spot just for him. It's
Yeah,
called
I've
the
seen that one.
Gliok Den.
Wow, I'm lucky I haven't stumbled upon them.
All right, cool. Back to the subject that matter. We're almost
Yeah,
done.
sorry.
Yes.
Oh, My bad.
So, the next day comes along. Another bright day.
Woo.
The lacerator is still around. Although he's starting to look worse for wear. And as you guys exit, everyone's gathered around Diaz, who seems excited. And Diaz says, I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. We can do it. We can do it. I know how.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the lacerator. I'm gonna ask him, how many time are you still gonna be with us?
Not long. I don't know if you heard me. It said that it replied with not long.
Yeah, I heard. Um, when you're gonna go, is there gonna be any remains of you here, or are you just gonna disappear, disintegrate?
My understanding that a lot of me will disappear. Eventually.
All right. If I'm not back before your time has come, I hope if I ever need the assistance of another lacerator, it might be you again. And I hand out my, I nod too, and
you hold out your hand. Were you gonna shake one of its hands?
Yeah, I was gonna shake one of his hands.
You notice that it only seems to have one hand that's actually a hand. The rest of it is just sharpened bones and one really large blade. The one that stabbed you through the arm.
Yep.
It nods, does a slight bow.
Same, I'm gonna nod and bow a bit, and gonna go see DS.
It's like, all right, are you ready? I can do it.
Let's go.
Cool. And he excitedly starts to head over to the other side. Meanwhile, everyone also joins in.
Yes.
You notice that as you get close, he had already prepped on the walls chalk mark drawings. And he says, all right, now, according to what you guys, what you had given me, I'm going to need a blade of the wounds.
A blade of the wounds?
Yeah, it's that or some sort of artifact of the real, but I mean, how would that exist, right?
That's unreal.
I'm gonna pull out my ritual knife, which I think is of the wounds. Pretty sure.
Yep, you are correct.
I'm gonna pull it out. Would that work?
Yeah, actually, that would. Give it here, give it here.
I give it to him.
You're all the way over here.
Oh.
You're a tad far.
No, I'm right here.
You giving it to Grash?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. You hand it over to Diaz. Diaz says, okay, stand back. I don't want to accidentally cut you into another dimension.
Oh, yeah,
He
of course.
stands in the center over here of what appears to be a circle. A similar circle, circle of the real. And there's markings all across the wall. And he starts to move in a way not so dissimilar to when you guys, when you and, by you I mean Manuelo and Diaz were sketching out the circles. He's moving in a particular way, and it's almost like a dance, but it's too methodical. It's too, has too much purpose to it.
So it's not an improv dance.
It's not an improv dance. and with one hand palm flat against the other, and he's holding the knife, and he does a smooth motion in almost with the just slightest, barest perception of a curve. And as he does so, there's a bright light that gets traced in the air, and an opening happens. You can see this sort of strange little motes of light pulling across as it stretches open what appears to be just a straight opening, and on the other side, grass. It is. Here you go. Step right up.
And without missing a beat, I'll just go in.
Same, I'm gonna follow suit.
Yeah.
Same here.
I'll redo that in exactly how long? As he's calling after you guys.
48 hours.
48 hours.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And it should appear here in Texas, right?
Yep. Same place.
Okay.
Otherwise, get ready to call a plane, and it closes.
Gary will call a plane.
If it's a reference, I
All
didn't
right.
get it. Oh.
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit! We're in Texas.
Welcome to Texas.
It looks just like in the movies.
Please place your guys down. I believe it's this to show you guys where. Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
How do we do that again?
You're gonna drag your name, your character sheet name, to create yourself a token.
What? There we go.
So it turns out that the location was really fucking spot on.
Well, good thing we took Diaz in, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Turns out Diaz is pretty good at that kind of stuff. Who knew he was that kind of nerd?
Did he teleport us like right?
Right where we need to go?
Yeah.
Exactly where you guys need to be.
Wow.
My oh my, I wonder why.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
benevolent GM.
All right, and what else was there? What kind of information we had about this here in Texas?
You guys had very little information other than there was a place of power here. You're not
Place of
sure what that
power.
means.
We were looking for an artifact in a place of power, is that it?
I don't believe there was necessarily an
No,
artifact
it's just
involved.
the place of power.
Oh.
Just a place of power.
What is a place of power? Well, first of all, the first thing I would
Shima,
do would
Stop
be...
there.
Okay, never
But
mind.
yes, listening to Eric, first thing you would do.
Once we get here is take a picture on my phone of where it is, where like we landed, to make sure I can find it again.
Okay.
Like on Google Maps.
No, I wouldn't use Google Maps for that.
And I'm going to try and use Glimpse of True Sight to see if I get anything.
Well, before even then, I'll tell you what you end up seeing.
Yep.
Because as you turn the corner, Shima, you come into a very strange, what appears to be a very strange. Oh, I'm not sure that's gonna allow. So I'll do them like this.
What?
You're seeing people. They look really fucking weird.
What?
In fact, you're convinced that they look like they're part of like a death metal party. But they're definitely people, and they're definitely human.
They're not like pinhead demons.
Nope. But they do kind of look like they're dressed up like that.
That's funny.
That's very metal right there.
Yeah.
And all across the floor nearby, although it's not depicted on the map, forgive me, please. There is beer, booze, There's syringes, everything under the sun that could be used and abused. There's food, empty wrappers, there's pizza boxes. There's just everything that the hallmarks of one hell of a party.
Damn, bro.
Emphasis on the hell. Do you glimpse of true sight?
Yeah. But I get. Can I guess what I'm gonna find?
Yes,
The feast.
absolutely. So that is precisely what you're getting, but you're getting it mostly from one person. A lot of them seem to be just regular, like all of these people are regular. It's this dude in the center who seems to be giving off the feast.
This one or this
Yep.
one?
This
one?
dude.
Okay.
You see, they're all chatting. They're all around the circle. Each of them having different. Some of them are drinking. Some of them appear to be shooting up. And the one in the center here sees you, Shima, as you turn the corner. Says, "Oh, more visitors for the revelry." And he starts to approach slowly. When he stops at the edge of the circle. Says, "Can I help you? Did you come to have fun?"
Getting closer a little bit. And in fun, we could say just trying to understand and find this place. And I like show the pillars and the stones.
An interesting place now, isn't it?
Interesting indeed.
Yes, an excellent place to have a party, if you ask me. Who are
Not
you?
just party. I'm called Batracha. Or Batracho. Depends.
Never heard of him. I'm Johnny Sin.
You're the monkey.
Good to meet you, Johnny Sin.
Hardest working man in America. There's so many jobs.
Johnny Sin, not Johnny Sins. Johnny
I see. Okay.
But
My bad.
absolutely, yes, it is a reference. And no, not Johnny Bravo.
Aww.
But I did get that reference. Says, I'm Johnny Sin. And these are my compatriots. And we are connoisseurs, you might say.
Connoisseurs.
Yes. Do you want to live? Do you want to feel? Do you want to experience things?
I think I've already experienced what life is like.
Not unless you've partied with us.
I'm turning around looking to see if I got my guys on my back, or did they just fucking
Oh
disappear?
yeah. No. I'm slowly approaching, analyzing the situation.
I'm just
Regretting
listening
I
for now,
didn't
staying
bring
out of
booze.
sight.
You see him start to walk back towards the thing.
I'm getting close, just like the other ones, just around the circle, not in.
Okay. You
And
see Johnny. Alright, yeah.
wait, no. I look at Alan and I'm like, with my hand, I'm like, come next to me, come next to me.
I cartoon style teleport next to you.
Is it possible for me to loop on top of the hill, like here, and stay like lying flat on my stomach, out of sight of everything,
Absolutely.
keeping like tabs on everything without being noticed?
Yep, go ahead. Give me some sort of stealth check, though. If you're trying not to be noticed. It is daytime outside at the moment.
Stealth. What do I have that would be? No. Just regular speed since I don't really have stealth then. Speed defense is not stealth. Okay.
Speed defense is not stealth.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice. Yep, you managed to get up there unheard, unseen. No one has the slightest idea that you're up there.
Not even my compatriots.
Nada. We don't
Not
know.
even your compatriots.
At that point, I'm just angry at you because I'm like, this motherfucker fucking bailed on us.
At this point, by the way, the rift that you guys had come through is already closed, if that was not clear.
Okay.
Which
Just so
means
you
we have
guys are
48
aware.
hours of surviving here.
Indeed. Johnny sits in the back. He placed himself back where he was. He says, "Where's little Timmy? Little Timmy was around here somewhere, wasn't he?" And out from behind the pillar comes out a man wearing on his back not only a machete but a shotgun. And he comes out and he says, "Yeah, boss." And he's a 7-foot tall sack of muscle. And Johnny just looks and he says, "Do a favor and show them a good time. Show them how we party around here." And little Timmy's there. He's like, "You want them to dance, boss?" I said, "Yeah, get them to dance."
God
And
damn.
so he whips out, one of those old school, like, what are they called? Jukeboxes? Not jukeboxes.
Boom boxes.
Boombox. Yeah, there you go. He whips out a boombox, lays it on his shoulder, and you see him pop in a tape, slap it shut, and he hits the play button.
Nice. What the?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Roll initiative.
Oh.
I fucking love this. Oh.
Can we have the initiative, Tinky?
Absolutely.
Where did you get that?
I just can't imagine anything but Ricardo Milo dancing in his underwear.
Man, we're rolling poor, man.
It'll depend on what those guys roll if they're going to be part of initiative.
However, that'll be for next session
Got that.
Yeah.
because it is way too late, and we're not going to be able to do
Okay,
a combat.
we're not finishing an entire combat tonight, but
Got that.
Exactly. But I did have to hit you guys with the kids who got that.
with the who got that.
All right.
Thank you.
GG,
It's been
guys.
so long since I heard that song.
Thanks.
I've been waiting so long to be able to slap you guys with that meme.
I don't
This
even
was
know
since,
that
like,
song. What the fuck is
session
that?
three.
You don't know that song?
No.
You
Oh
don't
my
know?
god.
All right.
It's the meme. I gotta find it. Oh, hold on. Just Ricardo dancing. No, that's without music. There it is.
I mean, there's so many memes that have been
Oh, is that the right one? No, that's not the right one. It doesn't have the right effect on it.
Jesus Christ, there's so many that have been made since.
Ricardo Milos, you got that. Full Ricardo one. 5 million views. That's gotta be the one.
Oh, Ricardo
Oh yeah,
Milos
that's the
is
one. That's the one.
Okay, Ricardo Milos is that meme dancing guy that's not on the internet, but is an internet meme.
Yeah, the guy.
fest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've heard about him. I never found anything
you
of
got
it
that.
related to him funny or interesting, though.
Cause you got that, cause you got that fucking Deadeye me. Yeah, like, oh, give it to me. Where WTH. There it is.
The video is age restricted.
Good.
I'm gonna watch it at some point, but since it's age restricted, can't just watch it through Discord. Need to open actual YouTube.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, it's okay. I'm over 21
Yeah!
IRL, so my YouTube account is fine. Jesus Christ, I hope
Oh,
I'm
it's
over 21.
glorious. It remains to this day my top 5 favorite memes of all time. I love Ricardo Milos.
I never found him interesting, but okay. Whatever
He's
floats your boat.
glorious.
All right.
All right, good night,
Nonetheless,
boys.
Yep.
Good night,
Nighty-night.
everyone.
till next time.
Yep.
See you guys next week. No, the next week after, right?
Next week should be fine.
Next week
Was
should
there
be
something
fine.
that was wrong?
Right?
Let's
Yeah,
just
next
put it on
week.
YouTube.
Next week should be fine. The weekend of the 24, 25, I'm gonna be at the chalet with Marie France and the kid.
Okay.
And then the one after that, it's with you guys. So
All right.
Yeah.
You're living it good.
Cool beans, cool beans.
Yeah.
Oh, that means wait
Excellent.
1 week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That means in 3 weeks we got to shut. Oh my god. Yes.
I need to get a new batch of fruity also for next chalet trip.
You betcha what?
Fruity.
Oh, hell yeah, it's
Yep.
delicious. All right, cheers, boys.
Yeah,
Cheers,
have a
good night.
one.
Cheers. Nighty-night.